That's right, I said I'd wear it, and I'm wearing it. Trans rights are indeed human rights, and if you have a problem with that, the unsubscribe button is right down there. You won't be missed. Alright! Somebody left this here. I believe it was Dr. Flux's brother when there was the arms deal in the Lego trade. Anyway, if you want it, it's here. Feel free to come by when the plague is over. Should probably have disinfected this. Alright! Friday. Q&A. Fanmail. Lovely. It's actually a fair number of package and some big ones, and I have a feeling there's some good stuff. But first, the Q&A. I'm going to turn on a fan because while it's cooler here, it's still somewhat unpleasant. Right, questions. Let's see. Updates first. The Mini-Cap project is going well. Many of them have reached their destination and people are having fun with them. Looking forward to getting the first wave of videos and pictures and whatever else. Should be pretty nifty. Gonna be cool. I'm actually putting together an interactive map so you can actually see the path that they all took from where they went, which will be neat. Still not taking commissions, nor am I taking repair requests. I simply don't have time. Too much going on. I really want to someday. I really enjoy doing commissions and repair stuff, but stuff, life. But things are looking up for me. There are going to be some potentially big changes and some stuff that'll be discussed over this weekend, and then we'll start working out how we're going to roll out those changes, but we will see. We will see. Changes needed to be made, and now they are being made, and keeps life interesting. Keeps life interesting. Sometimes we have to make up for mistakes, even though it's going to be difficult, just for the betterment of it all. So, be prepared. Ominous, vague, doom. Nathan Spencer. In HVZs that allowed melee and thrown weapons, other than socks, are there any rules that you either liked or that you think would work well for HVZs? This is a really good question. As I've stated in the past, generally I discourage the allowing melee in HVZ for humans because it's, if not handled right, it's very broken. It's OP. One of the humans already have the advantage of having blasters. If you then give them swords, which never jam, never fail, and never run out of ammunition, and if you hand them to people who actually know how to properly use a sword, they basically become invincible. And that can be a problem. And if you give melee weapons to people who don't know how to use them properly, they can be dangerous. So it's a finicky topic, but things that I have seen that I think work well is having the melee weapons be something that the humans have to unlock. So not everyone has access to them, especially not at the beginning, and they have to be unlocked, and they are then issued by the game designers, the mods. So you know the construction quality, you know exactly how many melee weapons are out there and how they were made, and you can give them to people that have at least some vague understanding. You can, have a qualification, a test, or run them through very specifically, this is how hard you should hit, and try not to hit people in the face, and don't stab them in the throat, and stuff like that. That's one thing I've seen done that works very, very well. And the other one is actually limiting or countering the benefits of melee weapons through the use of super zombies. And one of the games that I played that did it in a really creative way that I definitely wouldn't have ever thought of was they have a special zombie that starts out immune to melee. You cannot kill them, tag them with a melee weapon. You have to tag them with a dart. But once they're tagged with a dart, when they respawn, they come back now immune to darts. So they can only be tagged by melee. And once they've been tagged by somebody tagged with melee, then when they respawn, they come back immune to melee. So it keeps switching back and forth what they are immune to. And they had ways of indicating it. They had like bright vest, where if it's red, they're melee, and if it's blue, they're dart, or what have you. Generally having something that indicates which one it is always a good idea. Even if the only thing you do to indicate that someone is a super zombie is give them a different colored headband, you don't necessarily need to tell the players what their special ability is, but you should at least indicate that they have a special ability. The humans can then have to figure it out on their own if you want to do it that way. I would generally recommend listing, okay, these are the possible super zombies, but you won't know which one it is. You'll have to figure it out. You know, it's a matter of balance, give and take. You figure out what works and what doesn't work, and as a player, it falls on you to understand that this is an ever-evolving game, and if they're trying new stuff, it might be unbalanced and it might be broken, and you know, try not to get too bent out of shape on it. If it goes completely sideways, they can always roll things back and, you know, erase, like, nope, this mission doesn't count, everybody goes back to where they were before the mission because everybody died and that didn't work. You know, it really comes down to how the moderators handle it, and there are good ways and bad ways to handle it. So, yeah, there are ways that I've seen that worked really well and ways that I've seen that really didn't work well at all. Ultimately, it just comes down to the game mods to balance it. You know, if it turns out that the melee is just making it too hard for the zombies to be taken out, throw in some zombie armor where it takes 2 hits, or, you know, there's lots of different ways you can do it. But it just comes down to practice and balancing, and new clubs are going to have road bumps where they, oh yeah, this didn't work, that didn't work, this made people angry, that made people angry, what have you. But after time, you eventually work out what does and doesn't work. And definitely reach out to clubs that exist, because there are clubs that have won hundreds and hundreds of games. UMBC runs, I think, bi-weekly games. They're just 1 hour missions, but they do it constantly, which means they have a huge wealth of knowledge of what does work and what doesn't work, and things that balanced, and how things can counteract. So, yeah, that's the neat thing about this community, is it's different everywhere you go, and that can be good and bad, but mostly it's good. If all the questions are this involved, this is going to be a long video. Dragon Blaster 10,000! Was your Strife inspired by the E-22 from Star Wars, or was that just a happy coincidence? I actually had to Google what the E-22 was. My nerd cred took a hit. And it actually, my Strife is older than the E-22 is in canon. The E-22, I think, was first introduced in Rogue One, and my Strife is older than Rogue One. So definitely a happy coincidence. And I would argue they're not all that similar anyway. I can see where you're getting it, but I think it's a stretch. Also, was the design of Tyr based on the heavy weapon used by Jace Malcolm in Star Wars, or was that also just a happy coincidence? Again, I had to Google Jace Malcolm. No, Tyr was based off real miniguns that actually exist. Definitely wasn't based on Jace Malcolm's. And again, I feel that one is a bit of a stretch. I didn't think his had a rotating barrel. I could be wrong. I haven't actually seen whatever he's from. Like I said, I had to Google. My mask is falling down. No, I can't. Behave yourself! Blanket toys. Why doesn't your Drain Blaster rocket launcher have a name? Because it hasn't earned one. I've only used it like once at Afterworld. Now that was hilarious because I blew up a zombie. Yeah, but it hasn't been used enough to have earned a name. Alex Price. Have you listened to any songs for the Jekyll and Hyde musical with Anthony Warlow? No. Viper Nerf Works. Are the songs It's Raining Men and Let the Bodies Hit the Floor referring to the same event? I would say no, because floor generally refers to indoors. If it's outside, it's generally referred to as the ground, not the floor. So if you've got rain hitting your floor, you have other problems. You should probably contact a contractor, unless they're actually coming through the roof. At which point, again, you should probably talk to your contractor, because that's just shoddy roof building. It should be able to withstand that, I would think. But maybe not. I don't know. Maybe modern roofing can't take a human body at terminal velocity. Hopefully that's not something you can Google, but you probably can. Bryson Moat. How many mods have you done in Estimate? Ooh, well, I have no idea. I mean, if you count every blaster I've done in Canateka K26, it's hundreds. But like serious mods? Oh, probably at least 100. Maybe not quite that many. If you discount Canateka K26, it could probably be estimated in dozens. Maybe. I don't know. Austin Black. What kind of lightsaber would you have, and what color would it be? Well, I have a lightsaber. And it's orange. The battery's dead, though. It doesn't make noise, for those of you who have asked. It's also got cobwebs on it. Tells you how often I've used it. If I were to design one, though, I would love a lightsaber that is in the pattern of a rapier. Because I feel that there just isn't enough thrusting and finesse. I mean, if the blade is practically weightless, you could do disengages and envelopments so quickly, it'd be amazing. You'd need something of a handguard, like a shield or, you know, one of the various lightsaber-resistant metals making a handguard so you could protect your hand. But, yeah, I mean, you could, like, target your opponent's fingers on the handle. You could do all sorts of wacky, mean stuff, because fencers are mean. Zach Leak. Have you ever run a chain-fed blaster as your primary? No. Not as a primary. I have done an HVZ with a belt-fed, with a Scorpion mounted on my shoulder, and it was belt-fed, and was automated. Poke a button, brrr, it fired. It was pretty cool. The downside was it was exactly at face height, and had a little more zip than people were expecting. I got a couple of people in the face and felt bad about it, and then had to duck down. And by then, unfortunately, they were ducking, and so I think I shot the ones that were ducking in the face. It was a mess. It only lasted for the one charge, and then I was out of ammo, so it wasn't too bad. But a couple of people were like, "That hits a little hard." Like, eh. Luckily, the charge started fairly far away, and by the time it got in really close, it was out of ammo. But it still, that thing had some zip, and it was a little overpowered. There's a reason I aim towards lower FPS now, because I didn't know about that when I first got into it, and yeah, you learn from your mistakes and you move on. Braves Fan 98. Dear Captain, who is your favorite captain of all time, not counting yourself? Oh, there's so many good ones. I mean, Captain Blackbeard and Captain Morgan and Captain John Paul Jones. Captain Rex from Star Wars. Captain Crunch. Never actually had Captain Crunch, I don't think. Megan Mew3. If you had to combine a barrel break, a brain saw, and the ubiquitous Maverick into a single blaster, how would you do it? Cannot imagine why I would need to do that, but brain saw, barrel break, Maverick. I'd probably use the Maverick's grip, because I really do like the Maverick's grip. And maybe the barrel break as a master key attached to the pump grip. So you'd have the Maverick grip and then that grip, and you'd still be able to have the barrel break, and it should still be able to clear and use it as the pump. So a barrel break master key on a brain saw. That's how I would go with it. It would be silly and ridiculous. Yeah. Ha-ha! Ah! Hit the stand, I'll take it. Gustav! What is your opinion on the Norse god Loki, and what blaster would you build that deserves that name? Never been a huge fan of the mischief deities. I mean, you're not supposed to. Obviously, nowadays, you know, Marvel has made him into this neat character, but they were generally not the good guys. They were the reason bad things happened to people, because they were gods that liked causing misery. And there were plenty of, you know, somewhat humorous shenanigans, but he also, you know, killed Balder, so he's not a good guy. I don't think I would ever name a blaster after Loki. It would need to be something sneaky and duplicitous, like a Flywheel of the World deploy or something. Something that's, you know, sneaky and hidden and confusing. Something like that. Bipedal Narwhal. Bipedal Narwhal. Do you tend to prefer white sauces or red sauces in your pasta? That depends on the pasta. If I'm having fettuccine or a tortellini formaggio, obviously I'm going to go with a white sauce. If I'm having, you know, spaghetti and meatballs or lasagna, I'm obviously going to go with a red sauce. Obviously. Ash Patel. 1. What do you enjoy doing when not modding Nerf blasters or building Legos? I play video games, I read books, and I am a huge fan of the board game Carcassonne. In fact, later today I will be making more custom tiles for it. There's just a ridiculous number of custom expansions for it that people have made, and the company actually sells blank tiles specifically so you can do that. And so I'm going to make more blank tiles and make the game even better. Then when the plague ends, I can play with my friends again. Question 2. Have you read the Dresden Files? And if so, what do you think about the books? I have mentioned the Dresden Files numerous times on this channel when people ask me what books they should read. The Dresden Files. You should read the Dresden Files. I have all of the audiobook, well, all but the newest audiobook on my phone, including all the short stories. I've read all the books. I just finished reading the newest Peace Talks that just came out. They are fantastic, and I highly recommend them to anybody who likes that sort of thing. Dawson Siders. Will we ever get a video on your Prometheus? Maybe. Maybe someday. There is a very specific and particular condition that has to be met before I will do the video on that blaster, and it has not been met yet. And no! I won't tell you what the condition is. Jack Dooman. How's your day going? So far it's been pretty good, actually. Hasn't been as productive as I'd like, but work was well enough. The weather is finally cooling off. It was so warm, now it's just humid. Loads of packages I'm looking forward to opening, and questions from you lovely folk. Also, who's your favorite artist and band? I don't have one. I just don't. There isn't any artist that are like, that's my favorite one. I don't. Pyro75. Would you care for a few gallons worth of Lego? Good Lord, yes! I never say no to free Lego. Or free stuff. Just in general. Absolutely. Mail me the Lego. All the Lego. All of it. Or at least some of it. Especially the vintage stuff. Just bulk Lego is just fun to sort through. But I'm really obviously into Castle and Pirate. Generally, I've kind of full on bulk Lego, though I will never say no to free Lego. But there are other places that you can donate it to. Schools are often looking for stuff. There's any number of charities that collect Lego. But if you really want to send me some, you go right ahead. I'll even help pay for shipping. Floyd Walker. Captain, do you like pears? I do like pears, but only canned pears. I want them to be mush. I do not like raw pears. I actually have a pear tree. I should probably do something about it, like learn to can. Crow0920. Captain, will we ever see the legendary Mowgli in a video? Maybe a special Q&A. It would require me to have any idea where Mowgli is today. I think he's still in the Moscow area. I think Leora said that they still do Nerf wars, and she's been to some. So, I mean, it is possible. I could reach out to him. I think we're friends on Facebook. I don't know if he would be interested in being on my YouTube channel, or if he has any idea the legend that we have made him into. He would probably think it was silly. Just from what I know of the man. But he also might think it's hilarious and love it. Like I said, I could reach out. A Smit! Not the Smit, just a Smit. Probably a Smit from a six-pack. Why did you start to do YouTube, and how do I do that too? So I got into Nerf and was looking at the Nerf stuff that was on the internet, and also the medieval recreation stuff. We'd considered doing videos on that, and I knew that there was money to be made and fame to be had and glory and free stuff. And so that was kind of why I first got into it. I'd had a channel, I'd created the channel and had considered it, but didn't have a camera and didn't have the software. And then when I went to that first war here in the Pacific Northwest, because some friends invited me, and Walcom was there and he did a video on my ridiculous loadout, that was the thing. They're like, okay, I've got 750 subscribers, I've never uploaded a video, I should probably do something. And now look at where I am. It's a dangerous proposition. But to start, you need the camera, and you need to know how to use it. Don't film in portrait, film in landscape. Get a good intro, get some good editing software, I definitely don't recommend going the route I did. I got addicted to Windows Movie Maker because it's just so easy, but it also lacks in all of the good features. But get a good editor. There's lots of them out there. Do some research. You'll find out which one. There's lots of free ones. Try them out. Figure out which one you like. Like I said, good intro, good outro, and have good content. I made a lot of the series that I have, the Can It Take a K26 and now Range Days and all of these other series, because they were ones that I knew I could continue to have content for. They keep putting out more blasters, so I'm never going to run out of stuff for Can It Take a K26, especially now that there are multiple reasonable competitors for Nerf. You've got all the stuff that Nerf's putting out, plus all the stuff that X-Shot's putting out, all of those. Continue to have content for K26. Obviously now, people just keep sending me stuff for Fanmail and Q&A. Story time, and things that I knew that I could continue to produce content for. Because that's the key, is you need to produce regular content. You need to have at least a video, a month, a video a week. Have a regular schedule that people can look forward to. They know every other Friday there's a Q&A and fan mail. Every 3 Wednesdays there's a Can It Take a K26. They can look forward to that. They can schedule around it. It's something they can look forward to. People like having routines like that. It helps through the humdrum and the drudge that is life, having a routine for good stuff to look forward to. And there's a couple of YouTube channels that I follow, and there are webcomics that I follow, and I know what days they update, and I look forward to that every week. So that's my advice there. And finally, we got a big one. This is a fun one. Cam, aka The Killer 234. If you could put vintage blasters in the modern day, what changes would you make to them, and what series would you put them in? I.e. Elite, Doomlands, Mega, Zombie Strike, Rebel, Alpha Strike, Rival. The list for this challenge include the crossbow, the lock and load, the bow and arrow, the big bad bow, the blazing bow, Secret Shot 1 and 2, AirTech 1000, 2000, 3000, 4000, the Sneak Shot, the Ratchet Blast, the Eel, the Electric Eel, the Rapid Fire 20, the Sawtooth, the Ripsaw, the Reactor, the Arrow Storm, the Chain Blazer, the Expandablast, the Hornet, the Scout, the Mad Hornet, are those? Oh yeah. The Warthog, the Defender T3, the Tech Target, the Supermax line, and the Fast Blast. That last one is kind of the weird one. I had to look that one up. I didn't know what it was. And I've got it on the wall, so that should tell you how obscure it is. Well, the obvious change would be to upgrade it to both modern dart standards, since a lot of those are going to be the old Mega Darts, or even the old Micro Darts are a little bit different than modern darts. And obviously increasing, the internals, getting them up to modern internal standards. As for the series, I could go the cheap route, just put them all in the Icon series. Oh, but that's cheating. Things like the AirTech line, I would put those under Rebel, because they were already that svelte, curved, smooth design, as opposed to the angular design of like the N-Strike line. All of the Animal Blasters, I would release those under the Doomlands line as alien stuff. I might upgrade it or modify it slightly, but something along the line of, the Zerg or the Tyranids or the Yuzhong Vong, where their weapons are living creatures or what have you. I think you could do that under a line like that, have, give it a name of some aliens where their weapons are alive. Possibly a horror line of some kind, that could be interesting. Something like the Ripsaw, the blasters that were previously chambered in Old Mega, are the exact same caliber as Ultra. So I think something like the Ripsaw, no, the Sawtooth, or the Ripsaw, I'm not sure which one's which. The crank action belt fed one will actually fire Ultra. It won't fire it very well, but if they upgraded that and re-released that as an Ultra blaster, that would be kind of neat. A lot of those old ones they could do that with. All of the bow ones, again, Doomlands or Zombie Strike would be a good place, because those also already, well, Doomlands didn't have any arrow stuff. So that might be a good place to re-release those arrow launchers and rocket launchers and stuff like that. The Fast Blast, I don't know where I'd put that, probably Rebel. The Supermax line, I would like to see the Supermax line rechambered for Elite, or rather, AccuStrike would really be the line I'd like to see those in, because they have the power if they bothered to actually make him as powerful as they could be. Yeah, that's a fun one. That is a fun question. Neat. Take that! Ha! I hit the little camera thing. Alright, now for the package. And be prepared for a mighty plotzing, because I have... dubious. Alright, here we go. Right, now for the package. I'm going to start with these two because I don't think they're actually stuff, not really fan mail, I think they're stuff for... One one's Hobby King, this is probably my LiPo. I acquired a 4S LiPo at the request of a member of the auxiliary. Yeah, a massive 4S LiPo. There's no need to panic. A massive 4S LiPo for Stampede builds. Somebody was trying to do a 4S build and we're having issues, and I decided I'll give that a try. See what happens when I throw that in ire. That one will be interesting. If not, I will use it for a separate build. So stay tuned for that. Okay, we've got something here from EvuTech, which is probably something I'm supposed to review. Smart audio sunglasses. Well, those just look like 9 kinds of fancy. That will be a fun review video. Fun! Alright, this one looks more like fan mail. It's very light. Dubious. Oh, look at that. Original arrows. And a skull mask. I have one of these somewhere. Very cool. Is there a note? Is there a note? There is no note. There is no note. There wasn't a name on the package. Who's responsible for this? Explain your stuff. Whoever you are. You know who you are. You know you're awesome. Who are you? What's going on? Oh, yeah. These are the sonic arrows that came with one of the bows. They quack. They don't whistle, as you can hear it, I hope. They sound very silly when they fly through the air. It's neat. Very, very cool. I think somebody mentioned that they were sending those. I don't remember who, and they didn't send a note. So here we are. All right. I have a package from a Jeff Murray. Note number 1. 5 glow-in-the-dark koosh balls and 2 blasters. Note 2. Nerf target set from another country. Neat. Oh, look at those. I didn't know they made glow-in-the-dark koosh rounds. Did this thing have UV built into it? Ulnar Solar React Blaster is designed for glow-in-the-dark charging. Oh. Neat. Pretty sure I have that blaster somewhere. Oh, what do we got? We've got... Oh! You know, I don't believe I've done this one for K26 yet. I'm almost positive I have not. Interesting. It's one of the internal revolvers where the whole plunger tube probably rotates like the Baron, and then it's got a pop-up sight that usually has lights built into it. And neat! Very cool. Okay, well that will end up on the list. Oh, look at this! Look at it! It's a switch up. This was the part I don't think I had the pop-up sight thing for it. I had the lower part. Very cool, sir. Very cool. I like that it pops up. And targets. Target system. Arrow. how does it work? I feel as though it's missing parts. It looked like it's supposed to be a target tree, but I don't see the tree. That's probably why they sent it to me. I will find a way, or I will make a way, as they say. Most excellent. How did you get all this in here? This box is bigger on the outside. On the inside. Neat. Good stuff. Ha! There's a tree in here somewhere and I missed it. No. I got nothing. Sounds broken. Dubious. Doesn't quite sound like happiness, but it could. I'm just not sure. It's from Seattle. It's near here. It's broken stuff. It is broken stuff. Is there a note? One of these had better not be a note all around it. Alright, so we've got random stuff. Bits of stuff cut off of things. Very nice, very nice. Cylinders, foregrips. Ooh, a rapid strike pusher mech. Oh, what do I want to put this in? I think I've heard people putting them in demolishers. I'd love a full auto demolisher. Just never wanted to kill a rapid strike to do it. Oh, very nice, very nice. Hammer shot cylinders, never have too many of them. A bag of springs, and y'all wonder where I end up with so many springs. They just show up. Screw in. Oh, look at all the little screws. See, look at all the tiny springs. That is a gold mine, sir. Whoever is responsible for this. Priming bars, heavier springs. Is that a long strike spring? Maybe? Neat. What's a bit of barrel? And a couple of flip cylinders. Interesting. What a magnificent collection of bits! Very, very cool. I told you it doesn't sound like happiness. It wasn't the right rattle. That is, oh, all those springs. That's the best part of that. Catch springs, extension springs, all those screws. Lovely stuff. All right. Dillman. Daniel Dillman. I did get your email with the questions, and I will respond to them the next time I get around to sitting down and spending hours digging through weeks and weeks of backlogs of emails. I swear. Any day now. Any day now. No. Too many layers. There's a note. Choose you. Ha! What the? That's weird. That's weird. He's got Lego hands taped on the note. It's weird. Hello, Captain. Hope this letter finds you plague-free. We will see. I did a lot of travel last weekend, and I was exposed to a lot of people. I'm thoroughly in full isolation for the next 2 weeks to make sure that I do not have the plague. I wanted to then do this before I skedaddle on vacation. I'm saving your storytime video Freeport campaign for my trip. I got it to you. I enjoy your... Wait. I've got to... I see what this man has done. I love it and I hate it. I've got to hand it to you. I really enjoy your videos. No backhanded compliments needed. Forgive me for never handwriting any letters. At least it's not shorthand. Let me assure you, these hands are handsome and hand-pick. Hands I could find with my bare, sanitized hands. I hope these handouts that I'm handing off to you bring you a chuckle. If you can't handle anymore, just skip down to the bottom as I try to think of more offhand puns to write down. This really is the lowest
dead form of humor. I should have thought of more puns beforehand, then I'd be more open-handed to type them down. Don't worry, I'm about a hand's breadth from finishing. On the cylinder train. Lies! More lies, sir! Puns and lies! That's what we have here. Puns and lies. As always, I hope this box arrives intact and that you have yourself an awesome day. Long-time fan, fourth-time letter/box, Daniel Dillman, native Wisconsinite, Halo fan, Sprecher, root beer drinker, etc. I still waiting on a bunch of Lego to arrive. Then I filter for pirate pieces for you. Magnificent. Alright, that. I don't know that I had any purple hands. That's fabulous. That, sir. What do we got? Oh, oh, now there's, oh, I don't think I had one of these. I think I borrowed someone else's when I did K26 on it. That's a hard one to find, sir. That is a princely gift, and I thank you. Ooh, a Red Scout. That won't, oh, it will catch. That one will not catch. The form factor of the Scout is so wonderful. It's a shame it's had so little mod potential, but I really like the grips. They're just comfy and compact, and I like them. Very nice. What do we? What? Swinger's fault? What? No. What? It's socks. Puma socks. Odd socks. Those are fantastic. I may pass them off to my little sister as they're more her style, but we shall see. We shall see. What we have? A box! That box sounds like happiness. What do we got? It is! Oh, look at that tiny raft set. I definitely had this set as a kid. The Renegade's Raft. That was the first one I got that I think that had a shark. Excellent. Yes. That will get built. I really need to get around to doing more Lego videos. I am behind. Oh, more happiness. Oh, cool. That is, oh, now that is some vintage stuff. That is, oh, 3-digit sets. Wow. There are parts here I definitely did not have. That's actually one of the windows from the castle that I didn't have being used to hold the hose. Wow. Where did you get these? That is incredible. Those are going to be fun builds for the Lego channel. That kind of classic stuff is hard to come by. That is amazing. Thank you so much. So much good stuff. I mean, just, Dillman, you are a class act, sir, and that is impressive. Again, how do they get them all in these all this stuff in these little boxes? I know it'll fit. I just don't believe it will fit. Back in the box. Okay, Lego stuff will go elsewhere. Fantastic. Ha! I can make puns too. Ha! Alright, now to the big ones. These have all been the little ones, and this has already been amazing. Alright, we have something here from a Caleb Garrison. Good name. Caleb Garrison. First, good Lord. Dear Captain Xavier, as an able crewman, trail burst of the crew auxiliary, I talked to you via email October of 2018, almost forever ago, and asked you to repair my Raider because it had a bent priming rod. I'm very sorry it took so long, but I finally am in a financial position to send the package. Manifest. There's a whole bunch of stuff. I won't spoil it all. Explanations. Okay. Yup. Okay, let's see. Explanation. Maverick, I modded this before I knew about the drop cylinder mod existed. Did my best. You can keep it or send it back. I don't really care. Video game guns. I've seen your handiwork with the other 2 video game guns. I wanted to see you do it again at your own pace. Note, I'm not commissioning, just supplying you with the goods. Sweet! Zombie Strike Blaster. I looked for one of these for years. When I got one, I wanted to turn it into a powerhouse, but the process messed up badly. I would like you to undo the mess. Stock or close to stock is fine. Diagnose and repair. I promise I won't do this again. Bag of darts. I don't need it anymore and figured a guy with a makerspace could use them. Sorry that some of them are damaged. 2 springs. Gold one came out of a water gun and the other one I have no idea, but you can keep it. Wooden ball. It's white. Tiny, bit bigger than a rival ball. Thought it was interesting. Neat. Final thoughts. Again, sorry for being so late to send you this, but I needed the money and my parents wouldn't give me the money, so I had to get a job. Hopefully that someday I can come to the makerspace and mod something with some of your auxiliary out there, or the Cap himself. Thank you for fixing my screw-ups, because these blasters matter to me, and I wouldn't be sending them if I thought you weren't the best to do a sloppy job. I have full confidence that you'll fix them up. Thank you. Sincerely, Trailburst, Captain of the 301st Autobot Division of Cybertron Defense. That's a lovely title. Alright, let's take a look. Right. What on earth happened here? Okay, yeah. Here's the Raider. Okay, yeah. Oh, Lord, I don't know what you did to that. Oh. I definitely have got to put something in that. That is just too silly looking. Very good. Cylinders and bits. Cylinders and bits. What is this from? Oh, from that. Okay. Cylinders and bits. Go. Yep. There's the... Oh, Lord. Okay. Bent priming rod. Yeah, that is a bent priming rod. The wooden ball the size of a rifle round. Interesting. A Maverick. Lord. That actually does seem to have some kick to it. Is this another one you want repaired? Maybe? We shall have to talk. What's with the backpack? Why is there a backpack in here? Is the backpack for me? I hope the backpack's for me. Oh. This backpack better be for me, because you're not getting back. This is entirely too useful. Alright, was there more explanation? Where'd the note go? Give me that. Raider internals, a ladder backpack. Okay, Zombie Strike, Blaster, Scout Mark 2, random unnamed spring, Maverick, a bag of darts. Right, well, if you see this, reach out to me, explain to me what is and isn't going back, and I will figure it out. There's entirely too much nifty stuff in here. What's that? Fabulous. I like it. Fabulous. The poor thing. Fabulous. Excellent. Alright. One last package. We have a package here from a Chad Puffenberger. That's a magnificent name. Sounds like the bad guy from a private school comedy. Chad Puffenberger III, and I run this school. How dare you, peasant? I like it. All right, let's get into this. Sir. How? Where? What? He sent me a brain ball. It's the Nick and Nerf brain ball. I've wanted one of these since I discovered they existed. Where? How? I've lost my chair. Can't even sit anymore. Ha ha! Better be an explanation in here, sir. Attention, reader! There are no trains in this letter. That's what you think. Dear Captain, greetings, Captain, from West Virginia. I hope all is well. What you have before you is a package that I've been meaning to send for a long time. Inside you will find Nerfy foam Rudy Tooty point and shooties. Yep. Root beer of the variety. Beer of the root variety. I can read, really, I'm an adult. A coin that makes heads or tails of things. Vintage zombie bait. Root beer pills. Gummy food rations. A top secret blueprint drawn by my son Gabe. Hey, he's 11 and loves your videos. Something any good castle needs. A large dragon to attack. A target courtesy of Eastern Panhandle Nerf Club. Thank you for all you've done and continue to do for the hobby. I started playing in 2006, and having something for my son and I to bond over is amazing. We love your channels and watch them together all the time. I hope you enjoy the package and my chicken scratch handwriting. Sincerely, Chad Puffenberger, Gabe Rep, Team Ghost, EP Nerf Club. Fabulous! I'm already plotzed and I've only looted the one thing. This is amazing. It's from 95. Oh, it's in such good condition, too. There's glitter on it. It's led a rough life. All right, let's get into this. Aha! To Le Captain from Gabe Rep. Okay, tube, yes. I watch your videos. Okay. Tubes, motor. Okay, pressurizer, yep. Battery, yes. Switches. I see. You know, it's not a bad idea. I like it. Going on the wall. A Zax! The yellow one, orange one. Oh, that's got a... I like it. I like it. Very cool. Oh, that's neat. The packaging is a target. That is clever of them. I like that. What do we got? We've got a tiny little blowgun. Oh, with air restrict? Why would you put an air restrictor on a blowgun? It'll pop your own lungs. I didn't know this existed. That is really cool and small, and I dig it. Root beer candies. Come on. Yum. Look at that. Krabby Patties. Those look horrific. I shall eat them. Gummy sushi? That is hilarious. The plague is over. We're going to have to do another candy eating video where we all just give ourselves diabetes. Nick will just die. He'll just have to come to grips with that. Oh, gummy soda pop flavors. Those feel proper goom too. Fresh. Nice. There are so many tiny weird looking What is that? The Professional. Air Zone Shots 2000. Alright. Okay, I've actually seen that one. I think I have that one on the wall. I have no... Oh, I've seen that one too. Oh, there's dart storage in the handle. That's clever. I dig it. May end up doing a whole K26 episode just from this box. More Air Warriors, tiny little Air Warriors blasters. What is this from? I don't see a date. 2019, this is new? So weird. Good Lord, that sounds angry. Okay. Okay. Gah! What? What? What is this? Sludge slime. Make it blocks. There's like zombies in goop. Am I supposed to eat the goop? Do you eat? Not a food product. Okay, good to know. It's weird. It's weird. Weird. There's more. There's more, of course. Aha! Excellent. I have a hat for next time. Ooh, Dad's root beer. One of the best. One of the classics. I remember I had a lot of it growing up. I don't know what's going on down there. Okay, we've got... Oh! Oh, very cool. It's a rotating target with magnetic targets that pop off. Okay, that is just neat. The blaster looks tragic, but that is cool. Yeah. I was actually just thinking about trying to design something like that. What? Slingshot. Air Warrior's slingshot. Busby. That is weird. But I've got a couple. I think I've got a couple of slingshotty type blasters, so that may make a range day video. I alternatively might hand these over to Walcom for his collection because I doubt he has most of these, but I might use it first. Aha! Yes! More targets for the target range. Very cool. If any of you have Rival Edge, that's what it's called. Couldn't remember in a previous video. Any of you have Rival Edge blast targets that you have no use for, do feel free to send them along because I could use more for my range, and I can't seem to find them on eBay. I thought that was weird. I figured people would be selling them. And finally, at the bottom of this absolutely magnificent package, we have a Game of Thrones dragon. Technically Wyvern, if you want to be pedantic about it, but that is very cool. Mega constructs, a lot more detail than you like with the head and stuff than you see in Lego. That is really cool. That'll be another fun one to build. I dig it. I dig it. Right. This thing, the brain ball. They found me a brain ball. It's so cool. Squishy. That is awesome. You people, you spoil me, and I appreciate it, and I plots about it, because I'm still baffled that people are this awesome and send this much cool stuff. So much good stuff here, like half a year's worth of K26 videos in one sitting. That is pretty amazing. Stuff I didn't have, cool stuff for this. Gummies I've never had before. I don't know. I don't know. Root beer, all of it. People are wonderful, you're awesome. This video is already ridiculously long, so I'm going to stop plotzing and get to the editing. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for everything.